Assassin's Creed Origins has been out since Friday, and oh my god, I am loving this game. I don't just find myself liking this game, I find myself loving it. Yes, so far my experience has not just been good, but great. Now, this is not a review. Think of it as me giving my early impressions on the game. But before we get into all of that, I want to apologise for my voice. I had a cold, and then I got another one, and that came with a lost voice or throat infection or something along those lines. So if I sound like complete shit, there you go, that's why. So as I said before, I am in love with the experience that Assassin's Creed Origins is giving me. The game is huge and filled with things to do. You have tombs you can go and raid, you have side quests, you have a loot you can get, stuff like that, and all of it has worth. None of it feels pointless, and as a result, the game already has something on all the other open worlds in the franchise already, because nothing is pointless in this game, whereas in other games, the majority of things you'd find yourself doing in the open world did nothing for you. In this game, looting places gives you both cool loot that you can use, such as good weapons, good gear and things like that, and experience as well. Synchronizing viewpoints helps train Senu's perception, and at the same time you get experience, which helps you level up. Doing side content both adds to Bayek's character and gives you a lot of experience, especially if you are doing side quests that are appropriate to your level. Of course, they'll all yield experience, but the side quests closer to your level will essentially keep you leveling up at a very steady rate. So the grind is never too overpowering. Another thing you can do in the open world is raid tombs and find loot in there. You usually find some really cool gear in tombs, as well as get ability points that you usually acquire through leveling up. Acquiring these extra ability points can come in handy when you are trying to get abilities that cost 2 or maybe even 3 ability points on the skill graph. So that technically plays into leveling up as well. And at the same time, raiding tombs is just fun. I mean, some of them are even pyramids, and that's just cool. Hunting in this game gives you resources for crafting that usually you cannot acquire through any other means. However, a perk on the skill graph can make you able to buy these things from vendors. However, they're quite expensive and dear, so you're probably better off just hunting anyway. The crafting that you can do as a result of this hunting feels like it has a purpose. You can upgrade things such as your hidden blade to be more powerful, your bracer to be more powerful in melee combat, your stabilizer to be more powerful in ranged combat, I do believe, your quiver to be able to carry more arrows at once, your breastplate to provide more protection, and your tool satchel to carry more tools. And all in all, the crafting is quite fun, and the hunting system is probably the best hunting system that we have seen in an Assassin's Creed game to date. It's very open, you kill the animal, you get the stuff from them, and then you use it for crafting, and it doesn't feel pointless. So unlike in Assassin's Creed 3, I actually have an excuse to kill things. Another good thing about the game is Bayek's character. Now, in previous games I haven't felt very much for certain characters in the franchise, but Bayek is a character that I can certainly feel a lot for. I won't go into any details about the story, but Bayek is a very humanly presented character. And by that I mean he has a personality similar to how a real person's would. When he's happy and he lets everybody know about it. He can be friendly, he's good around kids. But piss him off and he is utterly petrifying. It's the fact that he's not always brooding or in one set mood like previous characters such as Connor from Assassin's Creed 3 or Jacob Frye from Assassin's Creed Syndicate. Jacob has a range of emotions, and they affect how he carries himself in the world and how he does certain things and how he engages certain people. To round off talking about Bayek's character, all there is to say is that he's a very high quality character. And another thing that I like about Bayek that we don't see with previous characters when they're introduced is Bayek is already fairly established in the world that he's in. In previous games they're always newcomers, always meeting new people. But with Bayek, he actually meets friends of his through the world who he made before we even started playing as him. And so Bayek doesn't feel like he's separate from the world, he feels like he is a part of the world. And as a result, I feel as if I'm a part of the world, because when I'm playing as Bayek, I feel as if this is his world, not some alien environment to him. And I feel as if that's important to being pleasantly immersed in a world. Similar to games like The Witcher 3, you feel as if you are in Geralt's world. You don't feel as if he is in some alien environment. Moving on, as you all know, I play PC, and so far I haven't run into too many issues. Seriously, there aren't very many issues in Assassin's Creed Origins that I can point out, and the simple ones there are glitches. Every game has them. The PC version of the game is optimized beautifully. So I haven't run into any game-breaking bugs or anything like that. So far, everything is perfectly playable. I haven't even run into any quest-related, objective-based glitches, which a lot of games have, where things won't be triggered and the quest will be all buggered. Assassin's Creed Origins doesn't have that issue. So when talking about the PC optimization, this game gets 2 massive swollen thumbs up. As for modern day, this game sees the return of playable modern day, something that we haven't seen since Assassin's Creed Rogue and Black Flag and 3. This is the first time we've seen some actual good modern day in a while. If you don't remember, Assassin's Creed Unity and Syndicate had real shortages in modern day, and what was there was just cutscenes. Here we have some proper playable modern day, and although it's still a tad lacking, it is a massive step up from what we've been seeing in recent games, and I do quite like what's there. Although I do worry that the modern day in Assassin's Creed Origins is a tad too lacking for my liking, but I do understand that they're trying to ease us back into it, because you got to remember that a lot of fans seem to not like the modern day just as much as there are fans who do. It's weird, but my comment section has taught me a great many things. Moving on, Assassin's Creed Origins has a photo mode, and this is incredibly fun to mess with. I really love to just stop in a really exotic location, press down on both sticks and take a screenshot and blur out the background, or maybe even blur out Bayek. So if you ever see an exotic view, you can press down on both sticks and then you can mess with the image. You can blur out the background, you can defocus Bayek, you can go through many hideous filters, or you can use the no filter option or black and white, and honestly it does look kinda cool sometimes, and you can get some really nice looking screenshots. As examples, here are some of the many screenshots that I have taken in my many adventures across ancient Egypt. I can only imagine what the remaining 70% or more of the map that I haven't explored left has to show me in terms of good screenshot material. That's another thing about this game, the map is huge. Now I am 24 hours into playing this game, and then a little bit more, but I haven't explored even half of what the game has to offer in terms of map size, and then some. I have probably explored about 30%, if not less. So there's much more for me to explore, and I can't wait to do it, because if it's anything like the bit that I have explored, it will be packed with things to do. And I'm sure it will top it all off with a very nice, beautiful finish that is beautiful scenery that I can take screenshots of with that highly addictive photo mode. I just want to thank Ubisoft for that one. It makes making thumbnails so much easier. Moving on, the combat in Assassin's Creed Origins is actually rather fun, or at least I think so. I know a lot of people might not like it or whatever, but I'm actually very welcoming to the challenge, and as it turns out, it does have a very steep learning curve to it, but it isn't exactly too difficult. Neither is the stealth, truth be told. The stealth is actually quite fun and quite easy yet challenging at the same time as well. So what I'm trying to say here is it does have challenge, but that challenge is satisfying, and all in all I really do like the combat and the stealth in this game. I think both have nailed it. Although one criticism that I'd have about both is that when you assassinate or kill in combat or stealth, the aesthetic variety is rather limited. So you might see the same assassination move or finisher move more than once quite often. But at least it's satisfying, and to me that's more important than what I'm seeing. Another minor criticism that I might add while we're talking about criticisms real quick is that in a lot of side quests you will find yourself carrying somebody, which can get a little bit annoying. But it isn't too bad. Also, a lot, and I mean a lot, of side quests do result in a fight in some form or another, which again isn't too bad, as a lot of the game is based around the combat system. But there is a little bit of these side quests that can be quite predictable. but I haven't run into 2 side quests that are too similar for my liking, and I've liked almost every side quests that I've engaged in. And when I mean almost every, I mean basically every. I don't know why I put almost there. They're all fun, fully voiced, the majority of them have cutscenes, and all in all, they are all very good fun. And they help with experience, so that they do actually add to the main point of the game as well. Which means that all in all, these side quests are great. And all in all, this game excels and thrives in its open world. And this just goes to prove how good Assassin's Creed can be in the RPG formula, because it works so well here in Assassin's Creed Origins. And now, I'm only 24 hours in, and I've done a lot, but it seems as if there is much more that I haven't done than what I've already done, so I could be playing this game for a long time, just trying to finish it. It is the kind of game that a completionist will hate. I say good. Assassin's Creed Origins is a really good game. 24 hours in, I know that I'm knee-jerking a little bit, but that's why this isn't my review. This is my first impressions after 24 hours of playing the game, and honestly, wow. To me, this proves one thing. This game proves one major thing. It's that Assassin's Creed needed to adapt to survive. A lot of people are complaining that the game doesn't feel like Assassin's Creed anymore. In my mind, this game does have Assassin's Creed aspects there, but it is telling the origin story of the Assassin Brotherhood that's only so present that Assassin's Creed elements can be. I'm pretty sure the next game in the franchise will probably represent those elements a tad better, but to me this game balances innovation and what Assassin's Creed used to be perfectly. So yes, I am really liking Assassin's Creed Origins. I cannot say where I would place it on my list of my favourite Assassin's Creed games. I do not feel as if I'm in a position to make that judgment just yet, and I won't be for a while. But me giving my thoughts here, showing you how much I'm enjoying and loving the experience that I've got here, is probably the best I can do. So while I'm giving my impressions here, do I recommend Assassin's Creed Origins? If you love RPGs and you love Assassin's Creed, this game is right up your street. If you love Assassin's Creed, this game is right up your street. And if you just love RPGs, this game is up your street. This game is pretty fantastic from what I've played. Of course, I will get a review out, probably in about a month's time or something silly, once the dust has settled and I've figured out my head properly and all that stuff. But for now, this is all I'm giving. But thank you all for watching, I hope you enjoyed. Be sure to go ahead, leave a like, subscribe, share, comment, let me know what you think, and I will see you all very soon in another video at some point.